Out of all this, you really find out who your real friends are. There's a lot of race friends that turn your back on you when the shit hits the fan. Didn't get a win in our rookie year, but we got a lot of top fives, and so we got better as the season went. We got better and better and better. I got the best thing that ever happened to me. I got involved with some better people that knew a lot more about the racing. And of course my parents, they've supported me from day one.
I bought the cars and I used to take the sponsorship money and I put it in an account, and then I have a credit card, and that's what I used for whatever he needed on the race car. On weekends we would go to the races. It was better than just sitting home doing nothing, and I liked racing. The only thing I didn't like was a slam banging, because I know it was going to cost money.
She moved out to Philmont from Hudson and moved in with her mother, which was next door, across the street from me. I kind of fell in love with her at that time. If you can fall in love at 15, I did. I taught her how to drive my car down in the backwoods there for a kiss.
Of course, my parents didn't know, but they knew I was learning how to drive. When I dated anybody, he would either shoot BBs at their cars or pull their spark plugs out of their cars, so that after a while, nobody would ask me to go out.
So you watch the BB hit and the metal and the paint would flake off the old cars with enamel, and nobody took her out after that. So I kind of had it in pretty good.
My whole career was basically Lebanon Valley. I ran there 25 years, and I bought a second car as a backup for Lebanon Valley, and I said, well, I got this other car. I really kind of like to go someplace else and see what other tracks are like.
My son would sit in the grandstands with friends of ours, the Felters, and on nights when Robbie would win, Steve would bring him down for his picture with Robbie Speed. And my mother would always say, who the heck is this Robbie Speed guy? I go through boxes of pictures, and I've got pictures of David, 4 or 5 years old, getting his picture taken with Robbie Speed. He loved him. And ironically, here he is, now he's his stepdad.
I went up to Malta and just fell in love with the place. It's, I call it's a chess match. And it's how you got to make your moves at the right time, the right places, and you got to be patient. And I really learned a lot after my first year. My first time I showed up, man, I was junk. And then I even said to my wife after the second race, I said, I don't know about you, but I'm really thinking this isn't for me. But the place is very unique. It's slick, it's short, it's small, it's tight. And it's just a blast to race at.
Qualified 24 cars, a lot of heats and consies. 4 provisionals based off of our series points from last year, and then there's 2 buy-in spots that'll be offered to the first 2 guys out of consies who aren't in the feature.
He's like, they need to make up their mind. I'm like, I don't make the schedule.
Cars what?
Huh? Huh?
Make up their mind as far as what?
Schedule. Modifieds were supposed to go first, but then they changed it.
We're last. So. How far off the pace was that?
Not bad. It doesn't get easier. Feels good? Good job.
Taking 20 out of the heat races, 4 out of the consi, 4 provisionals, 2 buy-ins.
Buy-in. What it has a buy-in?
Costing $50.
Oh, really?
But you get the $50 back because you're guaranteed $50 stayed to green.
Right. So 32.
30.
Oh, 30. That's cool. That's different. Love you.
Love you.
Don't forget, leave yourself room if you can so you don't get jammed up. So that's 5th quick overall. Seriously? Where the hell did that even come from?
How bad were we?
5th quick.
5th?
Last call, drivers meeting, all drivers, all divisions.
Right there.
Last lap, was it? Or
Drivers meeting.
that was fucking, I caught that fucking lap.
Second. It's a problem when you do that format and you catch those lap cars. That's fine. You're right where you need to be.
Yeah.
That's,
The track was a little bit more slick than I anticipated, and I think we'll made some adjustments. We'll be good for the heat race. 5th fastest should put us in the front row for the second heat, so the front row for first heat. Sorry. 5th fastest, not bad.
We're ready to go out on the track. We're ready to go racing. Horseman, heat number 1, going out.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Heat number 2.
Sorry. You got neutral?
Let's bring them up.
You want a sandwich? I got turkey.
Yeah, because I got a long ways to go.
They're out, so you want to
12th.
Huh?
Starting 12th.
All right.
Rob starting 11th.
Started 30th.
What the hell are you guys doing?
Nut strip.
What are you doing?
The shock was bound up, so we straightened it, freed it up.
Well, I got another mount. Awkward shit. Leave the fuck alone. Now I just gotta think where the fuck it is. That little bind in the shock, we turned it and the bolt stripped out, so we had to go find the bolt. Got one from Stone. We were able to get it back together. So we'll be good, we're fine.
for the 50-50. We'll be towing the 40 minutes.
This side or this side?
So Crazy Kenny going to make his way back into...
My valve spring, they checked Nick's valve springs. Both of our springs were deemed legal, but they were, I don't know, questionable that night. They passed every tech, but they were trying to mic them on the car, and it's about impossible. You know, they were. I think they were on a witch hunt. I think some of the tech issues they had going on that night were a little off the key. Personally, they should have just pulled the springs off instead of trying to do it the way they're doing it. But they were legal, Nicks were legal, so it is what it is at this point. But it still just puts a little mud on your face, and then the following week we got pulled out and had the motor taken away. And of course, we all know the results of that. The motor I bought was out of Canada from another competitor. When I did buy the motor, my motor had blown up. At the time, there was no new crates available locally. So the deal was motor, tranny, carburetor, the whole 9 yards for cheap. I was like under $2,000, so it's kind of like a no-brainer. Put it in the car, took it to Mike Petrucci, had it tested. Mike checked it all out, he whistle tested it, he cam doctored it, looked it all over, it's just good to go. So. And then when we got it pulled, it was as much as a shock to me that it was illegal as everybody else. Nobody knew the procedure. Call me, I can let anybody know what the procedure is now. And you know, that was the hard part. You know, nobody knew exactly what was being done, how it was being done, who was doing it, why it was, you know, and you know, there's just too many black areas, and then you find out afterwards if I took the DQ that night and didn't pull the motor, I would have still been suspended for a year, and it would have still been a $3,500 fine. So, you know, if I thought it was illegal, I wouldn't have never pulled it out. That's for sure. I would have took my lumps and took my year off and went on. But I was told it was good, so shame on me. I've been suspended indefinitely from Lebanon Valley and Albany, Saratoga. I was removed from the board of directors of Lebanon Valley Speedway. I was suspended from dirt for a year. I appealed that. They dropped the suspension to January 1st, but I still would have to pay a $1,500 fine in order to get my dirt license back. Which I was, you know, I was almost still on, but well, that's, you know, is what it is, and you know, we can rebuild over the winter. But then when I got the letter from Lyle for the suspension indefinitely, that was kind of like the icing on the cake, and the passion just went right out the window. Decided to kind of hang up my hat, 26 years and 6 championships, but just sucks that I ended up with mud on my face in the end. I use motor, you can go to dirt, and you can pay them $250, and they will pull the motor apart, check it, and put it back together and reseal it. So now it's a no-brainer. But at the time, I did what I could do. I took it to Mike Petrucci. He checked what had to be checked. He whistle tested it, cam doctored it, said it was good. So who am I unless you knew you could take it apart, or somebody could take it apart. But that information wasn't out there at the time. Why would I preach tech all the time and then run an illegal motor? That's kind of stupid. I ran 26 years. There's a lot of races. You know, so we all pushed the limits on different things and certain things, and it is what it is at this point. And you know, I'm satisfied with what I've accomplished, and we'll move on.